Capricorn, welcome to your hopes, fears, and reality spread. As per usual, you can click right on that description box below, and it will talk about the significance of the spread, as well as the placement of each individual card. Here we go. Capricorn, you're a little conflicted, but not too much. It feels to me like you had a plan and that plan was taken a little bit off balance. So in your hopes, you're hoping to communicate to somebody that you want to reach a milestone, okay? If this is a personal relationship, and for a lot of people, I feel it is, like let's say this is a romantic relationship, you might be looking to level up your relationship. So like if you like somebody and you haven't talked to them, you want to go talk to them, you want to make a date. If you've been dating somebody for a while, you might want to become more committed. You might want to move in together. If you're already living together, you might want to get married. You really want to communicate the next milestone. Okay. I'm not saying you're pushing that milestone on somebody, but you want to communicate what the next step is. Now, if this is a vocational read, you want your employer to reach out to you and offer guidance of where that milestone is, because if they don't, you're going to push that conversation forward, but you're taking a step back and you're hoping it comes up in conversation. You might give this a week or two before you then go to them, because you're looking, as usual, Capricorn, you're planning, okay? And you want to know what the next goals are in vocation, in your romantic life, friendships, if you belong to a group or a club, or you just have a group of friends that you're hanging around with. You kind of want to know, like, are we just hanging around drinking beers, or like, are we going to go do something? Are we going to go camping? Are we going to go this? You want to communicate goals to people and milestones in order to take the things that you have right now that are very surfacey and deepen them on every level. Wow, Capricorn, you be getting serious this week. The fear. You recognize that there's sacrifice that comes with predetermining an outcome with another person, okay? And this together tells me that, yes, see, you want to communicate this idea, but you don't want to commit to it yet. Do you see where I'm going with that? So you're unsure of exactly what it's going to take to get there, which is why the communication of what it is so important, because you fear of over giving to a situation that isn't going to pan out at some point. The reality of the situation is that there is more time for rest and contemplation before you make these judgments, because once you start making these decisions, these are going to be life-altering decisions. Even bringing up the conversation is going to apply a level of seriousness to what it is that you're trying to do that you can't take back and you can't turn away from. So the reality is you're going to sit on this for a minute, which is probably why, like I said earlier, you're waiting to see what the other person does or says. But if the other person or the other entity or the other energy or the other group doesn't do or say something, then you're going to step up into that position soon. You're going to initiate that conversation eventually. Probably not this week. Ooh. Okay. What you're trying to do is you're trying to see if all the time, energy, and effort that you've put into this thing is worth it, or if you should scrap the idea and start from the beginning. You're really hoping it's worth it because you like where things have been, and the reason you want to deepen these bonds and the reasons you want to go further is because you're happy with where you are and you want things to get better. But you recognize that you're not the only person affected moving forward, and there are choices that need to be had. There are two involved, not just one. And you're perfectly aware of that. You're trying to create a solid foundation, and an equal platform for both parties to come together and communicate what this next step is before you invest a whole bunch of time and energy, and you want to make the decision together. And it kind of feels to me like you're sitting back to see if that person will approach you first. You feel like the conversation will go better if they initiate it, but eventually you're going to run out of patience and initiate this conversation on your own. Capricorn, I like where you're going with this. It's not an easy thing to create that foundation of equality. It's not an easy thing to create that safe space for somebody else to meet you in the middle, but it feels to me like that's what you're trying to do. Good luck with this. I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, and I'll see you next time.